Greetings, my lovelies. This is that creepy bald guy, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. And if not, then I hope you had a Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 Christmas, which would primarily consist of stock footage from previous Christmases, I guess. And welcome to my review of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is based off the popular action-adventure video game series of the same name, and the movie is actually the complete opposite of what you would expect it to be. The director seems to be striving for an artsy, independent vibe, and I would describe it as an anti-blockbuster, even though it is armed with the budget of one. Action-adventures are normally fast-paced affairs, with an action set-piece lurking around every corner, but Assassin's Creed moves slowly, favoring long, ponderous shots of Fassbender staring at his reflection in an empty room, or characters speaking philosophy in hushed tones, breaking up each sentence with a long pause. There are only 4 action scenes, with 3 of those taking place in the past, all of them probably amounting to 25 minutes of screen time in total. This might intrigue a lot of viewers who will feel like this is a bold and daring experiment that could add depth to not just video game adaptations, but the action genre as a whole. It only suffers from one major setback. It fucking sucks. The games had 2 major draws: high-octane parkour gameplay and elaborate, vibrant art design. There is not a lot of action here, and most of it is dedicated to hand-to-hand combat, so even though there's some building hopping, don't expect a lot of it. Furthermore, if you were a fan of the use of stealth or puzzle solving from the games, you get none of that here, as all the scenes that take place in the 1400s only have enough time for straight-up action. Guess they had to get back to those riveting scenes of Fassbender staring at nothing in an empty room. Thank God for that. The art design is undermined by gloomy cinematography, with smoke and dust constantly obscuring our vision. For the action scenes, there is some excellent stunt work and choreography, but you can't make out too many of the moves because something is always getting in the fucking way. If not dust, smoke, or darkness, it's simply by how they're edited. The flow of the action was disrupted whenever they cut from the past and back to the present, especially when they try to merge the two into a single visual. The movie is really aesthetically unappealing, and the slow pace crawls to a shockingly underwhelming finale. God, that was so boring and unsatisfying. From an indie perspective, and this could be where the film succeeds, maybe it will function effectively as such. It doesn't. Oh my God, it does not. The characterizations are non-existent, with no one being given the opportunity to show a fucking personality. Can I take this moment to apologize to Rogue One? It turns out that Jyn Erso is actually a very complex character with a very dynamic personality who shares chemistry with everybody she encounters. At least compared to our hero here, who is just, staring at stuff very morosely. So compelling. I think the filmmakers wanted to blur the lines between protagonist and antagonist, shrouding both sides in moral ambiguity, but it did so by stripping away any reason to become emotionally invested in this conflict. I found myself not hating the villains and not liking the heroes, so why should I give a shit? The dialogue is either scientific mumbo-jumbo that none of us will ever understand, or it's trying too hard to sound poetic, but the monotone delivery of these lines made every performance seem so phoned in and boring. The director is trying to create some sort of claustrophobic mood with the present scenes, which is undone by the CGI-reliant flashbacks. The visual style is too digital looking, which contrasts too much with the moody compound scenes. These styles just don't work together at all. Warcraft was also too CGI for my tastes, but at least that had a lot of nice looking colors. Nothing about Assassin's Creed works. The flashbacks don't feel like they belong in the same movie as the present scenes, even though they're also the better parts of the movie, and even they aren't that good. I also had some difficulty following what was going on at times because the plot is convoluted and told in an even more convoluted way. But maybe I was just so bored that I wasn't paying enough attention. And the characters are so stupid too, like how the Templars leave all of these ancient, deadly weapons around the compound. Gee, I'm sure the Assassins would never use those. Assassin's Creed sucks. 3 out of 10. Do not go see this in theaters. It is really not worth your time, and it's just going to kind of annoy you and really bore you. I was fighting sleep, and quite frankly, that was a more exciting battle than anything that happens in this movie. You know, in the past few weeks, I watched Dead Rising, which sucked. Dead Rising 2, which was marginally better, but still not good. And The Avenging Fist, which was such a bad Tekken movie that they couldn't even call it Tekken. I did not expect this to be the worst of those. Although I guess I will concede that this is better than Tekken 2 Kazuya's Revenge because that shit was just unwatchable. I did not do a written review of this, but I have done written reviews for Holidays, an anthology horror flick, and mini reviews, so please read those. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This actually might be my last full-on video review. We'll just have to see, although I plan on uploading some more stuff too in the next few weeks. And I shall see you guys later. Yeah, I got a PlayStation 4 back there. I had a very nice Christmas. I just felt like I'd rub that in all your faces.